If I put aside all the stories that I tell about my sculpture, I think the only reason I really make art is to survive what it feels like to be human. I have a childhood memory of finding a sculpture lying in a forgotten corner of my father's studio. I remember holding that tiny image in my small hands and being struck by its incredibly powerful presence. Most of the sculptures I create now are large, sometimes very large, but I've never forgotten holding that really small sculpture in my hands. The wilderness and wild spaces have always been for me a refuge from the extraordinary tensions that I feel within human relationship. These remote landscapes and my experiences in them increasingly help me come to terms with the contradictions and tensions of my own internal wild nature. Over the past 6 years or so, I've been working intensively on a new series of sculptures. The isolated male and female shamanic figures have now transitioned into an exploration of the visceral, animalistic engagement between the masculine and the feminine. I seek to express psychological meaning through the interpretation of landscape forms into my work. So it really is a journey of metaphor, an attempt to make sense in a poetic way of what this human condition feels like to me. The first exhibition of this new sculpture was held at the Everard Read Gallery in Cape Town. The plan was to exhibit this work in a series of large public exhibitions here in South Africa and abroad. The COVID crisis has radically changed my plans, at least for the time being. Tumultuous times like these can, in many ways, be windows of opportunity. Old rules don't apply, creating a moment for me to do something I've always wanted to do. By honoring the memory in my father's studio and distilling the essence of this exhibition into a series of small sculptures. As I began work, compressing sometimes huge sculptural forms and ideas, I found it necessary to reimagine the compositions and textures of each sculpture. One cannot simply enlarge or reduce an image Some of the first works that came through the bronze casting process were unexpectedly beautiful to me. Reducing and compressing the image and the emotion down in scale seems to distill it into an essence that you can hold in your hands.